how do you try to pass it on to your kids? Because you can't, you know, you can talk, I mean, we all can, but how do you try to live it out, and how do you teach them lessons? Like, maybe, I don't know, let me flip back to lesson, one of the stories you tell in the book. When you were a kid, you shoplifted once, you stole something. And you learned a little bit through that. Tell us about that.
So it wasn't shoplifting. I stole.
Lawyer. No. I'm not. Go ahead.
I'll tell you where I was in first grade. And you know the little cubbies you had in first grade? Well, one of my buddies had these plastic handcuffs. And so, you know, I wanted them. They were the coolest things. Because I was eyeing them a couple days. I didn't shoplift like going to a store and start ripping people. I stole from my buddy, probably worse, right? I take it in my pocket, boom. Now I'm home playing cops and robbers with the plastic handcuffs. Radar lady, Marie Scaramucci, she picks up that there's like—
This was a mom.
Yeah, it's my mom. She picks up there's like an intruder alert. There's something in the house that we didn't buy. Radar lady. What is that? What are you talking about? Who gave you that? No, they're mine. Who gave it to you? Blah, blah, blah. And then I was dead. You know, you got like that, right? She said, you stole that. You stole that. No, I didn't steal it. Oh, you stole it. I didn't steal it. We're going right to the church. We're going straight to H-E-L-L. We're going right to the church. Then I start panicking, right? I stole it. I go to the priest. I got yelled at by the priest. She's yelling at me. That's it. I'm not stealing anything else. Right? My buddy Scott Brown, you know, the senator who I went to college with from Massachusetts, he was ripping off record stores when he was 13 or 14, ripping them off. Okay, I learned my lesson at age 7, but I write about it in the book because I did steal the thing. Okay, but you know, think about it. There's no upside. There's no way to feel good about that. I also believe that you're designed to give more than you are to get. I know the most powerful feelings, spiritually and mentally, come from giving more than getting. I just believe that, okay? If I get invited by the Department of Defense to go to Iraq and hand out my book and speak to the troops, and we're talking about the wounded warriors, and you know, put a charity together for these kids so that they can transition back into the United States, that's giving, and it's a great feeling. I don't know how many people here know servicemen in the war, or men and women. Okay, it's an impactful thing. It's an enormous sacrifice that these people are making for our country. Whether you believe in the policies of our government or not, it's impossible not to support the troops if you're an American.
Anthony spent time there helping out the Defense Department. You're being a little modest about it. Also, Afghanistan, and you've seen some pretty tough stuff. It's a scary place.
Puts things in perspective, though, too, for you. And it also reminds you about how wonderful this country is. Okay? You think about this country, and you think about the diversity of our backgrounds, and you think about the risks that our ancestors took to come to this country. Okay, and I can tell you right now, my life story, I've been in 61 countries. My life story doesn't happen in any of the other 60 that I've been to. It's not going to happen, okay? If my family stayed in Italy and my dad was a laborer, you know what? I was going to be a laborer. It's just the way it happens, okay? You can't move classes like you can in this country. And you think about philanthropy. We are, by a factor of a gajillion, more philanthropic than the other people. And the reason for that, I believe, is that we have confidence that we can continue to make the money. The aristocracy in Europe, they're not going to give the money away as quickly or as freely. And you think about the culture that this country has, the ability for this country to innovate. 2003, no Facebook. 2011, 600 million users, $65 billion of value. Was that made in China? Was that made in Switzerland? It was made here in the United States for a reason. Free thinking, ability to take entrepreneurial risk, failure, absorbing failure, learning how to bounce when you hit the floor as opposed to being made of China.
You know, I'd add to that, it's a bit of a sidebar, but there also, if you look at the Christian tradition, it celebrates the two things. One, a set of values and ethics in the business, And also there's a sense of being generative. If you go back to the Jewish Christian tradition, is we're designed to create and we're designed to repair the world. So our Jewish friends say tikkun olam. There's this sense of trying to repair that which is broken, the garden motif, and making the world. So there is this part of the Western civilization in the United States in particular that believes there's also some religious motivation impetus to this.
I think the country, this is by and large, a God-fearing country. The principles of this country are fundamentally Christian. That's not to say that the First Amendment doesn't allow for other religions. But if you think about the greatness of this country, and if you believe, like I do, in American exceptionalism, I absolutely believe in it. There's a reason why we've done so well, okay? And it's the reason why, Lincoln 150 years ago said it's the last best hope for mankind. There's a reason why. Because you can start anew here. Okay, you can recreate and redefine your destiny. And if you think about our planet and the diversity of cultures and races, okay, it's not perfect here. But we're a work in progress here, much better than these other countries. So I don't like the hysteria from the cable news networks on the left or the right, frankly. My ideology is fairly centrist. I just don't like it. Okay, let's talk about the practical things that we can do as a society to make ourselves better and drop the ideology. I just don't like it.